Welcome to Raw Talk, as always, linked down below to credit WWE. Here we go. Started off the show with a banger. Jey Uso comes out. We actually got to hear him speak, as you know. And then Sami Zayn coming out was like literally the perfect thing. And then when Drew McIntyre and Riddle came out, they kind of looked at him and, Sami's like, I'm on now. It's his first night here. Because, as you know, he had quit. And this gives Jey Uso now a chance to showcase himself with a singles push for, I believe, the first time in his entire career, as he's always been a tag team with Jimmy Uso. This allows him to escape the bloodline, at least for now, because they're predominantly on SmackDown. It's going to be nice to see what they do with Jey Uso. Really, really excited for this. It was just amazing to have them hug it out. Just everything's like over now. And like this is the moment I've been, is that the word, yearning forever. And I finally got that moment. It's over. They're out of the bloodline. I know this is all just scripted. That's not the point. I'm really emotionally invested in this. This was like, oh man, this was beyond words for me. So the E in WWE was in that one. The Viking Raiders defeated Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle in a tornado tag team match. I mean, I did like this match. It was good. I never really care who wins or loses, to be honest with you, like within reason. The Viking Raiders are just a solid tag team. Like I said, there's something about them that I'm not emotionally invested in them. Like if they disappeared, I wouldn't miss them. But I appreciate them. Like I said, we need more tag teams. We really do. I want the tag team division to be so strong that we can ununify, as I've mentioned in my other video, the tag team titles. I really feel like SmackDown and Raw each deserve their own sort of tag team match. And then once in a while at a premium live event, you can sort of unify, maybe, I'm just talking out of my ass, the titles for like a little bit, like a couple of weeks, maybe up to a month at the most, and then drop the titles to another team. Okay? It makes sense to me in my head. That's all I'm saying. SmackDown and Raw come together. You got tag team champion SmackDown, tag team champion Raw. Bang, 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 right? Title for title kind of thing. And you grab them and you have them both like the Usos did and like KO and Sami Zayn did. But once in a while, go to a PLE and rival a tag team from another brand and have them drop a set of the belts. So that way you get, mingling in between there. Anyway, so that's my take on that. I don't remember. I could have sworn there was some kind of... Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. My goodness, this is why I need to take notes or start trying to record as the segments go on. That's right, Kofi Kingston came out, interfered, which I thought was really dumb, and then accidentally bopped Riddle with the Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in the Riddle, Riddle in Paradise. And then, of course, Drew was mad after that. It's just kind of a weird thing for Kofi to do, especially after last week. Xavier Woods, legit injury from the chair to the noggin. To have, Kofi Kingston do that, I don't know. It's not like I hate it or anything. I just thought it was a little bit weird, but whatever. We got it. Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth freaking Rollins engaged in a brawl while they had a match. Oh, no, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm not having a good day today, honestly. Seth Rollins was asking Shinsuke for a match and even said, we'll do it for the title. Oddly enough, he said no. Then they got into a brawl. Security comes out. I never understand the whole security thing. I just really, really don't get it. It worked with Vincent McMahon and it worked with Stone Cold Steve Austin because Vince McMahon is like, oh my God, I'm the chairman of the board kind of thing. That was a terrible impression. And then you have Austin trying to hold him hostage and all this stuff from back in the day. That was different. Filling up his limousine with cement or whatever it was, or his convertible. right? When just two wrestlers are talking, they just start throwing punches. Oh my God, you need all this security. It makes no sense. Ricochet, but the match then ended up being with Ricochet, who defeated, helps if I could speak, Shinsuke by disqualification. He just didn't care. I'm just really loving Shinsuke. That's really the take from this. And of course, I appreciate Ricochet. Great, great, great competitor, as is Shinsuke. So this was really nice. I've said it a million times. I'm glad he's back in the regular spotlight that is for Shinsuke. Just love it. Judgment Day gifted Damian Priest a new Money in the Bank briefcase. That was really cool. JD McNugget gave him that, trying to earn favor. I really don't get the whole Damian Priest shitting on him so much. It's clear that JD has some respect for Judgment Day and all that. But whatever. That was really cool. And now it says Senor Money in the Bank. The purple briefcase is interesting, but not really. At first, I was like, that's weird. No, because that's black and purple is their main colors for the Judgment Day. So it's actually quite fitting. But it took me about 10 seconds to clue in. Why is it purple? It's the Barney bin. The Barney briefcase, whatever. Yeah, so I really like that little segment. Sami Zayn requested a match with Dirty Dom Dom. Yeah, he did. I kind of forget what happened after that. But he asked him, I'm sorry, I completely forget what happened at the end of that segment. I mean, we could watch it, but then I would get a copyright strike for showing you the footage. This I really enjoyed. These are two women that can get it done. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So Zoe Stark ended up passing out. She never actually tapped. That makes her look really strong while putting Shayna over. It's the baddest woman on the planet. Really, really enjoyed this. Because, and I've said this before, and it comes across as, okay, but for the longest time, I found that sometimes the women's division was a bit of a joke. It really was, especially in the Attitude Era. But in late history, it's been much better. But you still have those goofy, silly, dainty, flimsy matches that are like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And I'm just going, oh boy, this is definitely not one of those moments. These two can go at it. And I'm so glad that I got to meet, not in person, I just mean like on the show, Zoe Stark, because she was on NXT, and I'm glad they called her up because I don't have time to watch that show. And I think she's incredible. I know a lot of people don't hate her. I know a lot of people do hate her. Like, not personally, I just mean like they just don't like her. Whatever, to each their own. I think she's fantastic. I'm wondering what's going to happen later with her alliance with Trish. We'll have to see how that goes. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Chelsea Green. So I've been very critical of Chelsea Green. And it's like I said before, I could be wrong. She is supposed to be like, oh my God, don't hurt me kind of thing. Almost like how Seth Rollins was years ago. And she plays her character so well. She is really talented. She is good in the ring. She's good at taking bumps. Safe worker, compared to the likes of Nia Jax, for example, or Brie Bella. She's actually really, really good. She can do the moves, but they kind of make her look, oh my God, I want to escape. And I get that. And that makes me biased towards me thinking that she's not good in the ring when she's actually incredible at the role that she has been given. One of the moves that actually really surprised me that she sold on, because I do think she's good at selling, and I always thought that. How do I explain this? So she took a power bomb, whatever. And sometimes, and I get why they do it, for safety reasons, but I just felt like this was a clean move. See, like right now in that pose, when you get power slammed, you always put your arm on the thigh and you give it a little squeeze. I'm just kidding. When you get power bombed, what do you always see? Or even the pedigree, you get someone that's like half asleep, they're like this, or half knocked out. Take their head, you go for the power bomb, You're all wobbly, but somehow your arms just magically wrap around the legs because you know it's coming. You're not pushing away or punching the guy in the knee. You're wrapping your arms around, but there's a reason you do that. It's called safety. Chelsea, in that moment, I have to say, that was a really good power bomb that she got from Raquel and sold it so well that she even had her arms like dangling. Her arms were dangling, and that was an attention to detail that I noticed on her part. And that can be really risky, but she knew that Raquel was strong enough, wouldn't have to help push at all or get stabilized or whatever, and then just took it. You know what I mean? So the match was pretty fast. It wasn't like squash fast because I hate squash matches. But that was a really good sell on that. And some good control from Raquel as well. So yeah, that was just like a thing that really surprised me. I was like, wow, because that really made it look believable. Like I said, a lot of pedigree, a lot of power bomb pile drivers. They don't look always realistic. Now you could be thinking to yourself, realistic? Bro, you're watching wrestling. Still, you got to sell the moves. And I find holding the legs doesn't help sell the move. And she did. Okay, there you go. So that was great. This was funny. The Miz is a genius. I mean, he interviewed John Cena, but we couldn't see him. And he even pretended to get hit and then threw him out, gave him the face skull crushing finale. Oh, man, it was really good. I was hoping someone was going to come out. I was hoping LA Knight was going to come out. I don't know. I just did. Or somehow John Cena. But he didn't. He was all on his own, and that's fine. It was good. The Miz is great, despite he's like 1-35 losses. JD McNugget defeats Sami Zayn, but not before Dirty Dom Dom helping. Still, this was a good match. JD is really good. I don't like him. It's not like, again, this is never personal, unless it's Ryback. Fuck that guy. I'm not emotionally invested in JD at all. I don't think that I ever will be. But I think he's really good. And again, I'm glad he's up on the main roster. Had a little one-on-one with Sammy. It was a really nice match. Really, really enjoyed that. Simple as that. Oh boy, do I got something to say about this. This really felt like a main event. This felt like a WrestleMania match. Gunther has defeated Chad Gable, retained his Intercontinental Championship, and broke a 35-year record, and is now the longest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Honky Tonk Man is now number 2, and I feel like that's how it should be. It's going to sound rude, but I'm just going to be blunt. Honky Tonk Man did good in his day. I love the golden era of wrestling, 80s, 90s wrestling, with your Hogans and your Macho Man and your Undertaker and your Jake the Snake Roberts and your Mr. Perfects and all that stuff. Big Boss Man, I could keep going on and on and on. And Honky Tonk Man, Ultimate Warrior, you get the idea. That era is just unbelievable. And Honky Tonk Man did a good job at playing his character, doing his role. But there's just something about Gunther that's on a different level. He's not overly built. He's not overly scrawny. Right? He's good on the mic. He's not amazing. He's not terrible. He's actually pretty good. But his in-ring performances, even though he doesn't have like the moveset of Ricochet or something like that, the moves that he does are so well executed. The power bomb and then the kick and the follow-up and the roll. And Chad Gable is just such a strong bastard. Wow. He deserves that title. Chad Gable absolutely deserves, has the accolades to be a champion and still be a tag team with Otis. However, I would have been disappointed had Chad won. Because when's the next time? 35 years? I'm probably not even going to be around. Literally, I'm not trying to be like dramatic. At that rate, I'm not going to see the next reign defeating Gunther. So that is absolutely huge. It looks like we're in an era of long reigns. The Usos. Shit, with all these numbers going on, I don't even know. Are they the longest reigning, tag team of all time now? Now you have Gunther. Now you have like Roman Reigns slowly climbing up from like number 4 or 5 and slowly itchy. Like, I don't know if they're just like resetting everything and, you know, the Usos, Roman Reigns, and Gunther are going to be like your longest reigning champions of all time. I mean, I'm kind of okay with that because those reigns are a big deal. And it's been decades and decades since anybody has had any kind of substantial run. Everything's been like a hot potato lately in recent memory in wrestling, right? So this I really appreciate. It still had Chad Gable looking strong. You don't need the belt. He deserves it, but no offense, I didn't think he deserved to ruin Gunther's reign because he wouldn't have been number 1. Or, yeah, he would have been number 2, but whatever. So yeah, so maybe in the future, I don't know, something. I don't know for how much longer he's going to hold it. I feel like he shouldn't just lose it like the week after kind of thing. It's like, yeah, just beat him by a week. I feel like it's Survivor Series, September. Yeah, I feel like Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, at the abso-freaking-lute latest, WrestleMania. I think that'd be going too far. I think by Rumble or Survivor Series, have some kind of something where Gunther loses the belt. Maybe to Chad. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just talking out of my ass here, trying to extend the video here. But this was a wonderful match. I'm very, very happy for Gunther. That's a huge, huge thing to... It's scripted, yes, but you did something, or he did something, rather, to have the company be like, you know what? You're going to be the longest reigning champion of all time. That's kind of a big fucking deal. That is absolutely huge. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, this I really liked. Like I said, the segment with the Judgment Day and how they were in the back and all that, just chit-chatting. That was really neat. I'm making sure I'm not... Oh, yeah, that was a little bit weird. See, it's a good thing I looked when Dominic was all calm. He's like, look, you want to join Judgment Day? I really hope Jey Uso does not go heel and joins the Judgment Day. No way. I'm surprised he didn't just lash out on him. Maybe he's like, look, I got so many enemies. This guy's coming at me calmly. I'm just going to like not say anything. Because that's one of Jay's things. Remember when Sammy would talk to him, pull him aside sometimes? Jay would say like nothing. Sometimes he's really quiet. So maybe he's just like, hey, look, I'm not getting sworn by the Judgment Day. I don't want to piss them off by starting to beat up Dom Dom here. Dirty Dom Dom. Yeah. I'm just looking to make sure I'm not missing anything. That appears to be it. I mean, if I forgot something, let me know. But yeah, what an incredible moment. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel. You didn't like it, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be great. But if not, I get it. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.